A very pleasant morning, dear students. Welcome to English class. As we have started the lesson 6, the Jody'S Fawn. This is Jody'S Fawn. It's written by M.K. Rawlings, Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings. In the previous class, we discussed regarding the certain home remedies. When we get hurt at home, we usually follow the tip lines or certain ideas were given by our grandparents, and really they work out. These are called home remedies. In this lesson also we come across one special home remedy which is being used by one person, and what are the characters and how this lesson go on we will see. In this story, Jody's father has been bitten by a rattlesnake. He quickly kills a doe and uses its heart and liver to draw out the poison. Jody wonders what will happen to the little fawn left without a mother. What's this we have seen? In this story, we come across Jody's father. Jody is the main character in this story, and Jody's father was bitten by a rattlesnake. Especially these rattlesnakes can be seen in South America. And the rattlesnake is consisting of rattle at the end of its tail. I think you might have seen it. So whenever, in order to indicate its presence, it's usually make a rattle sound with its tail part of the snake. And as soon as Jody's father bitten by a snake, what did Jody do? He kills a doe, killing a doe, and uses its heart and liver. What does he do? He kills a doe in the sense the mother of the fawn. It's a grown up deer. And the fawn is the baby deer. It kills the doe. It's not D-O-V-E, it's D-O-E. D-O-E is a female deer. It's a female well-grown deer which was being killed by Jody, and he squeezes out the liver and the heart of it, and he draws out the poison. The area wherever Jody's father was bitten by a rattlesnake, there he draws the liquidized part from the liver and the heart of a doe, and he draws out the poison. Jody wonders what will happen to the little fawn. And after he kills the doe, fawn has become an orphan. What would happen to this fawn? He had a great concern towards the fawn, and it was left without a mother. See, he killed the doe and he showed mercy upon the fawn, and he also bothers much about how he could get on without its mother. Now the fawn has no mother. The mother of the fawn, the doe, was killed by Jody because Jody was very selfish. He wants to save his father by drawing out the poison with the help of the heart and the liver which he had used of the doe in order to treat his father's snake bite. Let us move on. Part 1. Jody allowed his thoughts to drift back to the fawn. He could not keep it out of his mind. He had held it in his dreams, in his arms. He slipped from the table and went to his father's bedside. Penny lay at rest. His eyes were open and clear, but the pupils were still dark and dilated. Jody said, "How are you feeling, Pa?" "Just fine, son. Old death has gone thieving elsewhere, but was not yet a close shave." Penny said, "I'm proud of you, boy, the way you kept your head and did what was needed." As soon as he saved his father, Jody's father, from his death, he had brought him home. Jody allowed his thoughts to drift back. He had gone back to the farm. His thoughts, he brought his father home, but his thoughts were drifting him back to the farm only. So still he was thinking about the left fawn which was lost its mother. He could not keep it out of his mind. He cannot completely remove that thought from his mind. Still it was pricking and stuck to his mind. He had held it. Actually, he was not forgotten. He was not trying to forget, but it was left somewhere in one corner of his brain, in one corner of his mind, and in his dreams, in his arms, everywhere it was. The thought of killing, or the moment that he had killed the dog and left the fawn helpless, was still there in his dreams, in his mind, and also in his arms. He slipped from the table. What does it mean by slip? From the table, slip in the sense he left the table and he moved into the bedroom of his father. What's the name of his father, you know? Penny. Penny. Penny is the father of Jody. And he went to his father's bedroom and started speaking to him. Penny lay at rest. How was his father? By the moment he went there and visited him at his bedroom, he lied, or he was lay at rest, and he was is in his sleep. His eyes were open and clear, but his eyes were open, but his mind was taken some relaxation or rest. But the pupils were still dark. Pupils, you know, pupils are none other than the hair part on either side of our lids of the eye. Our eyelids have the hair part. This is called the pupil, and eyelashes, as well as inside the black hole, the black circle. There you can see the pupil part. Pupil is one of the parts of the eye which works like a lens of a camera. I think you might have studied about this pupil in your biology lesson. It was dark and dilated. It was dark and dilated. Dilated in the sense enlarged. Dilated in the sense enlarged. And open and clear. He was slept. He was not completely out from his mind. He was slept, but his eyes were open, and his pupil was looking dark, and it was enlarged as if he was staring at something or gazing at something. But the pupils were still dark and dilated. Jody said, "How are you feeling, Pa?" "Just fine, son. Old death has gone thieving elsewhere." My death was gone away. It was thieving somewhere else. Death was about to come to me, but it was little gone away and it was thieving elsewhere. But was not it a close shave? What does it mean by close shave? A narrow escape. Please underline this word. It is a close shave. It's a close shave in the sense it's a narrow escape. "I do agree," he says. Penny said, "I'm proud of you, my boy. The way you kept your head." What does it mean by keeping one's head? Means being thoughtful. What does it mean by keeping one's head in something or somewhere, in the sense using his brain in a tactful manner or in a thoughtful way. This little boy Jody was used his mind in a thoughtful manner and saved the life of his father Penny, and did what was needed. Actually did what was needed. Actually, at the time of need, however we act is very important. In times of need, however you use your mind and act is very important. That's necessary. Yes, and Pa, do you recollect the doe and the fawn? Pa, now at present you are okay, it seems. Would you please give me some responses or reply to my question? Have you remembered or recollect the doe and the fawn? The doe which I killed, have you remembered? And I can never forget that. The poor doe saved me, that's a certain. How can I forget that? I still remember, and it's there in my mind. I can recollect it because that doe has given me life. If you have not killed that doe and drawn out my poison, which was being affected by the rattlesnake, it's still there in my mind. How can I forget it? It's a certain, it's there in my mind, he said. Pa, the fawn may be out there yet. It might be hungry, very scared, I suppose so. Pa, I'm a big boy now. I don't need to drink milk. Why don't I go and see if I can find the fawn? See, he was taking a word from his father. He wanted to bring back the fawn back home because fawn has lost its mother though. So now the fawn has become helpless and orphan. Now he has become a big boy. He can share his milk with the fawn if he brings him back home. So he had a thought that he could bring the fawn home and take care of him. And he also bothers much about the fawn which was alone in the forest. Okay, maybe that fawn was roaming or wandering here and there without any support. Okay, he has lost its mother. Without without support, how a baby fawn can move in the forest. So he had a great mercy. He had a great botheration towards the fawn, and he was asking the permission of his father. Before we do any big things as a small little child, first of all, you have to take the permission of your parents. Unless you take their agreement, unless you take their willing, you are not supposed to approach to do any big things, isn't it? If you wanted to do anything, whether it can a small little thing or a big issue, you have to take the permission from your parents, because parents are the first line people who can grant you permission. Unless the permission is not granted, you are not supposed to do anything. So here, this boy, Jody, was such a nice boy. Okay, he had taken the permission of his father first of all. He knows that mother may not permit him. That's why he depended upon father, and he was asking him. And he also said that I would like to share my milk. Now I am a grown-up boy. I have grown well. Now I need not to drink milk. I can share my part of milk with the fawn if I bring him back. So why don't I go and see if I can find the fawn and bring it here and raise it. I just wanted to raise him. What he wants to do? Can we bring any wild animals home and can we make them as pets? It's impossible. But deer is a wild animal, but it is a safe animal. It can be brought home and it can be taken good care of. But whether you can provide him the right diet and whether you can provide him the right protection, that's up to you. According to your own circumstances, you can decide on, isn't it? Here this boy decided to bring the fawn home. Unless he brings him back home, he never get peace, because he's the one who killed his mother, isn't it? Fawn's mother though was killed by Jody in order to treat the snake bite of his father Penny. So in any ways he wanted to give him some support. This is a kind of help he wanted to give him. So he decided to bring him back. Penny lay quiet, staring at the ceiling. See, father has not completely given him the permission, because unless he discuss with his wife, means Jody's mother, he cannot take any decision in one way go. Okay? Because both parents must come to one conclusion and give him the permission. Otherwise, Penny can't be at peace, and Penny cannot give the permission alone to this boy Jody. And he was staring at the ceiling, because still he was lying on the bed. He was looking at the ceiling and staring at it, and he was being very quiet. Boy, you have got hemmed in. It won't take much to raise it, Pa. It will soon start eating leaves and acorns. Hemmed in the sense caught in a situation where one can't say no. You are hemmed in. You got me hemmed in. Hemmed means nobody can say no to anything once a person comes with an earnest request. It was the earnest request of Jody. To whom? To his father Penny. So now Penny cannot give him cannot say him no, so he was hemmed in. H-E-M-M-E-D, hemmed in the sense caught in a situation where we cannot say no. And he also said that, so we need not to spend much on raising him up. Why, He started eating acorns and the leaves. Acorns means thorny fruits. What are meant by acorns? Thorny fruits, small brown nuts actually. Small brown nuts which are available wild in the forest. Okay, so in order to give him some food, they need not to struggle much. Okay, all the wild leaves and wild twigs can also be a food for this animal farm. You are smarter than boys of your age. We took its mother and it was not to blame. Surely it seems ungrateful to leave it to starve, son. I can't say no to you. I never thought I'd live to see another day. See, today I'm living. That's only because of your thoughtful act. You killed the doe and you gave me the life. In the same way, by giving little support and helping out the farm, we can also save the life of the farm. Actually, you are not thinking, your thinking levels are not as apt to your age people. You are smarter than the boys of your age. You are very, very smart. Okay, that smartness really great. Because of your smartness, I am living today, he says. Okay, and let's come on to the next paragraph. Can I write back with Bill and see if I can find it? He says that he gives a word to his father Penny, saying that he wants to go along with his uncle Millville. Because getting into the forest all alone is not safe, he knows that. So that's why he has taken the permission of his father in order to go with Millville, his uncle. Tell your ma, I said you can go. Tell your ma, I said you can go. I gave you permission, but tell to your mother also. Your mother also must be informed, otherwise she will get angry upon you. So give a word to your mother even. So the remaining part of this lesson will be continued in the next class, and you are requested to read this lesson carefully. And till now 3 characters are being introduced. One is Fawn, the other one is Jody, Penny, Millville. Animal doe is the mother of Fawn and the fawn. Okay, so far we have come across this incident of snake bite of Penny's father, and now the Penny was, Jody's father, and Penny was alive. He was lying on bed alive, and he was also thanking the fawn's mother doe who has given him life, and also he had a great concern about the fawn which was left alone in the middle of the forest. Will be continued in the next class. Take care. Bye.